Welcome to the countdown. I am your countdown host, MJ Book, back for a mini count. That's right. It's time for another mini count. Hope everybody's doing good out there, though. Hope everybody had a good Christmas holiday season. We're getting ready to go now into New Year. Hopefully 2022 will be a little better than 2021. We've been kind of hoping for that, but hey, gotta hope for that. Of course, content got several things coming down as far as worst, best of 2021. Those will be the next full episodes for the countdown. But as far as this mini count, it's dealing with the same kind of thing. So it's a little different. The topic is a little bit wider for this mini count. Still 5 things, but 5 totally different topics. I'm going to be saying what I think this year was the worst video game I played, the best video game I played, the song I listened to the most in 2021, worst movie I watched in 2021, and the best movie I watched in 2021. Thus the 5. So let's just get down with the mini here, and let's just go right to the worst video game that I played this year. And it's not even close. It is Friday the 13th, the game. I have a group of friends that on Friday go online. They play Friday the 13th. I played it a few times, and it is absolute crap. It is cheap. It is pathetic. It is just boring as hell. Even with friends, I could not get into it. And if you can't get into a game when you're playing with other people, then the game just sucks. And I do apologize to those who may be watching this that are in that group, but you all know I hate this game anyway. So sorry, Freak, Chantel, sorry, but the game sucks. It's pathetic. It's crap. It's garbage, which is why I undownloaded it. And I am done and will never play that horrific piece of shit again. All right. Now for the best video game of the year. For me, it is MLB The Show 21. Now, if you've listened to the countdown, you know that I've said it. Baseball is my favorite sport. And when I finally got the PlayStation 5, I had already bought Miles Morales, which comes with a PlayStation 5 version of Marvel's Spider-Man, which I already had played and beaten on PlayStation 4. Miles Morales wound up being a little bit disappointing because it's so short. So this was actually the first full game I was really judging because I've been playing the show video games for so many years. And it is the best video game franchise going. So I was judging this game hard, and my goodness, I had a ball playing this game. Now, unfortunately, the problem with me in sports games is I'm very seasonal with sports. So when that season's over, I rarely dip into it. So I haven't played MLB The Show in about a month or so. It's just hard for me to dip into a game when it's not that season. I've been playing more 2K because it's basketball season. I skipped Madden, so I skipped it. I didn't get Madden this year, and I don't regret it. But MLB The Show, I had so much fun playing that game. So realistic. People will look at it and think you're just watching an actual baseball game when really you're playing. The effects are tremendous. I didn't have a lot of glitches. There wasn't a lot of issues with this game, unlike 2K at the very beginning. I just had a ball playing this game. And so for me, it was the best video game I played. And it doesn't hurt that it was baseball. So for me, best video game that I played this year, MLB The Show. Now, when I say these, obviously it does, as proof with Friday the 13th, it doesn't mean the thing had to come out this year. It's just I was exposed to it. So best video game of the year that I played, MLB The Show 21 for PlayStation 5. Song I listened to the most in 2021. Now, again, this has to be a song that I got exposed to and played a lot this year. And I kind of mentioned somebody when I was talking about Friday the 13th. This person exposed me to this song, and they exposed me, I guess, for the better. The song I listened to the most in 2021, and I discovered that it's true based off YouTube ratings from stuff I listened to, and on Spotify. Song I listened to the most in 2021 is by Jelly Roll, and it is "Save Me." Jelly Roll is a rapper, and if you listen to some of his rap, you get an idea of who he is. But then you listen to this song; it's a slow song. I definitely urge you all to go out and if you haven't heard this song, definitely play this song. It's going to hit you, and it's going to hit you personally because the topic is something that we can all understand. So I don't want to say a whole lot about it, except it is definitely a strong song. And I can honestly say I listened to it yesterday. I listened to it yesterday. I didn't listen to it today, but I did listen to it yesterday. And just because I'm talking about this song, I'm probably going to end up listening to it after I'm done recording this. But I never really heard of Jelly Roll. So this was my exposure. And this is an amazing song. I've since listened to several other songs by Jelly Roll. Some I like, some I don't. But this is the one that sticks out. So thank you, Chantel. You're the one that exposed me to this one for the better. Song I listened to the most in 2021. Jelly Roll, "Save Me." Only two things left, and that's dealing with the movies, which tend to be a frequent topic here. The worst movie I watched in 2021. Now, this doesn't have to be something that came out this year. It's just this year had to be the first time I watched it. And the winner is a movie I watched for the first time only about a week or two ago. Tropic Thunder. What a piece of shit. I could say more, but I want to put out a plug to Third Generation Wrestling because that's the reason I watched this. Did a movie review, and it was me and the real Biggie Eric, who's been a frequent guest on the show, and the Ambassador Rob, frequent guest on the show, and we reviewed this movie. So if you want to hear the full telling of this, definitely urge you to go onto Third Generation Wrestling, search them. It was just posted as far as the video on YouTube, so definitely you get to watch us review this movie to hear what everybody thought. Obviously, I just named it the worst movie I watched in 2021. So clearly, you know what I think of it. And if you are a listener of Third Generation Wrestling or a viewer, you know what I did right before saying what I thought about this movie. It's a war movie. You got Jack Black, who I think is completely unfunny. Ben Stiller, who I think is a little overrated and has almost basically never been funny. And even in the movies that are good with him in it, he's not the funniest part of it. And you got Robert Downey Jr. Playing, with the black, people saying it's the blackface. And that, by the way, that didn't bother me. It really didn't. There wasn't a whole lot good about this movie. I did respect that he clearly did his research, but it doesn't change the fact that this movie was torture. It was horrifically bad, and I never want to see that again. And this is coming in a year when I've watched some real shit. I mean, I've watched some bad movies this year. Heredity was bad because it was so boring. Watching Mortal Kombat Annihilation again, but that couldn't fit in here because I'd watched it when it came out, obviously. Heredity, I did watch for the first time this year, and dear God, it was boring. High Tension, there's been some movies that I watched this year. It was like, what on earth did I watch this for? There's a couple of others that have nothing to do with Third Generation Wrestling. Snake Eyes, for example, a G.I. Joe story, horrible. That nearly made it. But Tropic Thunder beat it just slightly because it was just so bad. and at least the action I could look at it at Snake Eyes was good. So that's the worst movie I watched in 2021, Tropic Thunder. So third generation wrestling made it into the count, this mini count. And now the best movie, the best movie I watched in 2021. Again, movie didn't have to have came out this year. Just had to be watched for the first time this year. And honestly, there was no question on this one. This was very, very easy. And it is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Some people have a problem because of how long it is. I was able to watch it comfortably in one sitting. I did not look at the clock one damn time, something I can't say for something like No Time to Die, in which I was looking at the clock because it was so long and boring at times. At the time the original Justice League came out, I loved it. And maybe it was overhyped. I remember seeing it over 40 times. I saw it a lot. And at the time, loved it. As the year kind of progressed, I started seeing some of the flaws. And the glitter that was wrapped around it by myself faded away. And I could see some of the holes that were there that I didn't notice because of my excitement the first time around. Zack Snyder's Justice League plugged up those holes, gave me a brand new box, wrapped in not just fake gold, but real gold. And it is an excellent, excellent movie. When it first came out on HBO Max, I was there as soon as work was over. I had to work that day, so I couldn't watch it the second it came out. But as soon as my work shift was over, bam, I was immediately watching it within probably 5 minutes. And loved it, watched it a few more times before I went and bought it on Blu-ray. Yes, I have. Even though I have HBO Max, I wanted my own physical copy. Just an amazing movie. They did everything right in this. I mean, there are characters that were just afterthoughts in the original one that progressively changed, like Cyborg. He changed. Every character got time. The Flash in this got time. Batman in this wasn't as goofy as he was in the original. Everyone got time. Some people didn't like the Superman black outfit. I liked it. I thought it was cool. Does he have to stay in it? No. But I did like it. Darkseid. You can't do Justice League movies without Darkseid. And he was the one thing I admitted even back then, this movie needed to have Darkseid. They corrected that very well. And somewhere down the line, we're going to have another Justice League movie. I can't wait for it. I'm hoping they learn from this. Zack Snyder should be a part of it. And I think the network and the studios realize that they screwed it up. Zack Snyder's Justice League, easily the best movie I watched in 2021. And that's my mini count. What do you think? What's your opinions? Is there other movies that I didn't name as the best or worst of the year? Or maybe there's a song that you should suggest me to listen to? Or was there a different video game that was the best or the worst? You can let me know in a lot of different ways. You can send an email to me. Send the email to thecountdown2020@gmail.com. You can go over to Facebook. Just search at the Countdown at the Countdown 2020 Podcast 1. You can go over on Twitter, search at the Countdown PO1. I'm on Instagram. Instagram's been great. Just search the Countdown 20. Spotify, just search the Countdown 2020. Amazon Audible, search the Countdown Podcast. iHeartRadio, search the Countdown Podcast. Podbean, search the Countdown Podcast. You can go to the website through Podbean for the archive episodes, for all the archives. Just go to the countdown2020.podbean.com. And of course, you already know, YouTube. Just search the Countdown Podcast with MJ Book. Everything I just said is down there. So please let me know, comment. If you have any suggestions for Countdown episodes, go ahead and just throw it in there, comment, or let me know through any of those avenues. And that is all I'm going to do for you today. That is the mini count. So also want to throw one shout out to Incomtech.com for the royalty-free music, Ice Flow by Kevin MacLeod, that you hear at the beginning and ends of songs. And this has been an exclusive YouTube mini count content. So I will catch you all again as I will end the year with the best and worst, my best and worst of 2021 on the next episode of The Countdown. Have yourself a great day or evening, whatever time it is. Bye-bye.